Hello and welcome. Join me as we walk around the brand new section of Legoland Billund, which is this amazing Ferrari play and build. And then later on in the video, we'll actually check out the updates of the Ninjago section of the park. But before we tuck in, listen to this. How good does that sound? Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a look around this brand new Monza SP1. Now, if you didn't know, there is a different Ferrari in every single Legoland park around the world, and Billund has this one. So there's a limited, obviously, amount of Ferraris built, but each one is completely different. So if you do want to try and tick them off and catch them all like Pokemon, you are now going to have to go to every single different park that is currently available. So Legoland Windsor has a different one. I think Germany will have a different one. I think Dubai also has a different one. But what this also means and allows, not only do you have the opportunity to have a look at a full-size scale amazing vehicle, you then also have the opportunity to go in and do a play and build, which is the most popular section of the Lego house in Billund. So that inside this building, where it's race and build, I do apologise, there is lots and lots of things to do with lots of different circuits, but they also have a lot of history and some of these amazing models as well. So I didn't have time to go in and build and play, but I did have time just to soak in some of these models and have a look at the nice artwork and everything on the outside. And then we do get an opportunity to have a look at some of the empty tracks. So you can imagine what you need to do. You build the car, and you race down the track, and you've got multiple tracks with different jumps, and you've got different timing events, drag races, and all that kind of thing. It is a very, very big area, and it is extremely popular. So there's lots and lots of little human beings running around, which is really, really nice to see. But you can see in the background, behind this model, you have the drop, where it actually goes through this tyre, and you can see all the smashed pieces at the other end. That's your finishing line. And then you've got different ones. If you again look to the right-hand side from this actual big oversized figure, this one actually goes through an engine block, so you have an opportunity to smash your car up or not, and then it goes down to the other side, where some of them actually do have a button that you push, and then it times you how quickly you get to the bottom of that one. And then you also have the different Ferraris that they released with the different years. So you can see you've got the big Technic from 2022, and then you've got the smaller one from 22, then you've got 21, 20, 2015, the race car in 08, another one race car in 1998, and then what you can do is you can build your little Ferraris up, and then you can just leave them on display, and obviously the staff will take them apart at the end of the day. Not only do you have the opportunity to display your Ferrari, you've also got a game to play, which is this thing just here. So you can see it says Forza Ferrari, and then you've got this little racetrack that you can run around. It holds like 6 people. You can see the little computer system just in the bottom right-hand corner, where you can all stand, you can just go shooting around the track. And then again, you've got bigger bits and pieces, where here, for example, you've got 2 or 3 of these, you've got the big grandstand, and this is where you really go racing with this stopwatch, and then you just go from top to bottom, and the cars go shooting down and race, and then it gives you your time. But that is a really small snippet of how big that area actually is. So if you haven't yet been and you've seen it online, it is definitely worth going and enjoying. Now, moving on to Ninjago. What a beautiful area of the park this is. Again, it's always busy. This was filmed over the Halloween season, and there are 1 or 2 little updates, but what we will spend a bit of time in is actually going into the shop and seeing what Lego sets are available at this time. Now, the park is always clean. The models always look nice and fresh, and you can just see how much space this park has in particular, comparing it to Legoland Windsor. I think the one at Windsor is a little bit tight. It will be interesting to see how they develop Windsor over the next couple of years, because Billund are having huge amount of building work done, as is Legoland Germany as well. So I am looking forward to getting to some different parks around America to see exactly what they're like, and then we can start comparing the different lands to the parks a little bit closer to me. But again, they have done lots of differences for the Halloween season. So even though we're now right back at the front, none of this was done in this way last year. So what they had last year, they had all the ninjas on the pumpkins. This time they've got the different masks, and then they've dotted little pumpkins around all the models this time, which is something that they didn't do last time. But I think it looks very effective. Now also you have this shop. Now this is done very cleverly, because this is actually the exit of the ride, and you have to walk through the shop. There's 2 big rides here. Well, sorry, there's 1 big ride, and then you've got Lloyd's Laser Maze as well, which is like a little challenge where you go sprinting through, and you've got different difficulties, and then you have got a speed and reaction wall as well. So the one major ride is the just to the right as you leave, and then you come through, and then it's like a big computer ride where you basically go attacking all the other little bits and pieces, and that will change because obviously they can change the backdrop with the computers, so you can do different missions when you go for different times. And I have been a couple of times, and I have been on this ride a few times, and it does always seem to have a few different areas and levels on there, and they've obviously got so many different seasons that they can do from Ninjago. It kind of does make sense that they can utilize it as much as possible, and they can just get people coming back in. But this does have unbelievably long queue line, which I have filmed multiple times before. I didn't do it this time just because I didn't really have time. But what they also had is they had the minifigure packs built up, and they are the 3 ninjas that are missing from the new and current large Ninjago set. You do get those 3 in it, but you don't get them in ninja form. So now you can get the 3 of those, and there's also 2 more that you can try and collect as well, where you've got them in their civilian outfit rather than in their ninja outfit. So again, if you're a big fan of Ninjago, it might be worth heading down to one of your local LEGO stores. If they don't have it in store, hopefully that might be a permanent feature at the LEGOLAND parks instead, because obviously the pub walls and the BAM walls and things like that will rotate so often, whereas this is just a Ninjago shop. I'd like to think they might have that stock there for a little bit. Now you can see also they've got a huge selection of keyrings, and you've got lots and lots of bits and pieces to pick from. Now, they did used to have a Star Wars section here. They don't anymore, but they still obviously sell all the big stock and all the merchandise. One day, I would like to think they would introduce that back to some of the parks. If not, you're going to have to fly over to one of the Disney parks and see it all there for yourself. Now, you've got 3 speed and reaction walls here, which were working, and it's pretty cool because you obviously just start hitting the buttons and they light up red, and you can see how many buttons you can hit in a certain amount of time, and that's just a good challenge to play. That green thing, still not open. I don't know whatever that used to be. I don't think I've ever seen that open, but there was a pay-to-play behind me as well, then that was running, and that's where you can get all your big teddies and things like that. But guys, this is only a short video, so I've only got about a minute and a bit left. So if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. It's just basically an update highlight reel of these 2 zones from LEGOLAND Billund. If you do want a more in-depth look with the queue lines and things like that from the Ninjago land in the LEGOLAND Billund playlist, that is all there and available. But like I said, it was a very, very short day. I went to Billund and back in a day, and I was only at the theme park in the afternoon, so I just caught snippets of the day, and there is then a full park tour available from LEGOLAND Billund with all the different updates, because there's actually quite a large amount of updates from the Miniland and new areas that they've opened in the park for this season. So it's always nice to go back every year and just see all the new updates and all the bits and pieces that they're going to be doing and expanding. And again, with LEGOLAND Windsor having so much construction work with lots of new rides that they're going to be adding in, I think next season is going to be a very good year for a lot of the LEGOLAND parks. So it's definitely going to be worth getting your teeth sunk into. And if you haven't been to one of the parks in a good while, well, it'd be perfect timing for next year to go, or over the Christmas season as well, and that way you can get to see everything when it's a little bit more quiet. So what we're doing now is we're actually walking out of the Ninjago section. You've got the 4D cinema to the right hand side. As you walk over these different bits and pieces, you can see the water then squirts out and it plays music as you walk through. And then behind me we have the big calf, and that also has one of the last Ninjago models as well. So there's lots and lots of different things to see within this park. This park is a very, very good size, and it is flat as well, unlike LEGOLAND Windsor where you've got to climb up all the different hills and things. So if you do get tired quite easy, there's lots and lots of benches, lots of places to sit down, and there's also lots and lots of different places to eat as well. But guys, that is it. I am done. So one more time, if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll be back to the next one. Ta-da.